Hello, everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. Alongside Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan, the fourth member of our crew. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. A contest in the West. We'll see if the Los Angeles Clippers can deliver the goods here at home. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season. The previous season series split right down the middle. These teams were quite evenly matched.
And this, the first of 3 games these two teams will play against one another this season.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, we know Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni was the architect of the 7 seconds or less offense in Phoenix. But he says we should have been more aggressive. We kept asking, is it too many threes? Now, there's no such thing. Kevin?
Great stuff, DA. Thanks. And, you know, Chris, it's early, of course, but a few veteran players seeing dips in their individual production. And there has been some talk. There has been some concern about that.
Yeah, but even for veterans, it can take a while to get into a groove. It's the beginning of the season. You still have to find your way, new teammates, new concepts. And if a player's role on the team has changed, that can affect his production. I mean, look at a guy like Melo last year, going to a different situation. Do you sacrifice by shooting less? Do you sacrifice by shooting more? Because some guys are out of position, out of sorts, and out of their comfortable areas or their comfortable norms of playing. And so, yeah, it takes a lot, whether you're a rookie or a veteran. It really doesn't matter. This game can throw monkey wrenches at you in all type of areas, and it's how you adjust. So it's not about the start. It's how you identify what you need to do to get better, and then do it, and then see how that adjustment is doing.
Yeah, Anthony's a good example. You're right. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And so in the game for the Rockets, Paul and Harden are the incredible backcourt duo. Clint Capella is out there with Chris, and it's Anthony in at the small forward. And the jam by Harden.
Well, Kevin, you can't be careless with the ball around Harden. He's great at swiping the ball and creating easy opportunities for his team.
Williams kicks to Harris. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Count it.
And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low.
Passes it to Anthony. Some solid defense from Gallinari.
They've missed 3 of their first 4 shots, having a little trouble finding their legs.
Williams for 3. He can't get it to go. And Houston the other way now. Here's Chris. Some solid defense from Harris.
It doesn't take much to impact his shot. I mean, even at point-blank range.
Chris with it. Harris is there. Paul for 3. Gort's out with the rebound. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Williams dishes to Harris. No good that time. Good work defensively by Harden. Capella, the pass to Carmelo. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now here's Beverly. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City. Here's Anthony. And it comes off the front of the rim.
He keeps battling, but so far this quarter, he hasn't been able to get it going.
Harris, no good.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively. And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, that was more than just a tough loss. That was a complete embarrassment.
Well, Greg, what amazed me was they could sustain nothing on offense. They'd make a couple of buckets and go right back into their shell.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And Beverly kicks to Gortat. Back to Beverly. Stolen by Harden. Lob pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
The main strength of Capella's offensive game, I mean, he uses his athleticism to power home these alley-oops.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Harris has got his second bucket.
Too many inches being given up in that matchup. I mean, he's got no chance of putting a stop to that layup.
Harden inside the three-point line, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Oh, and that catch and shoot, Jay, from Harden is unblockable, just quickly shooting off the pass.
Gallinari in the corner. There's a screen by Gortat. The kick out to Williams. No good from outside. Rockets leading by 7. Here's Anthony. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Gortat's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Williams against Harden. The Clippers rebound.
Strong D on the perimeter. That's how you got to play.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Well, look, I love how Harden does a little bit of everything. Aggressive score, solid rebounder, superb passer, and he's also improving on the defensive end.
James Harden, the league leader in free throws made for 5 of the last 6 seasons, and he came in a close second that other season.
Yeah, I mean, about 1/3 of his points come at the line. He's made an art of creating contact. You really think about it. Some would even say tricking the officials from time to time.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, it tells you something about Harden that he's led the league in free throw attempts so many times. This man is always in attack mode.
And both free throws good for James Harden. And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
He's giving them a nice lift this quarter. The shots are falling.
Capella, the pass to Chris. Houston moving it around. Unloads. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Harden's got 8. Clippers trail by 8. And Beverly kicks to Gortat. Beverly sets the screen for Gortat. The pass to Gallinari. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
I mean, it helps to have a big man who can pass it. Gortat, he's so good at connecting with his teammates.
Anthony left side. Gallinari with the steal. Beverly against Paul. Beverly dishes to Gortat. And taken away by Paul. Feeds it to Capella.
I just love the production Capella gives this team. I mean, it is absolutely fantastic. He's their defensive anchor. He finishes off with oops, and he can make nice passes out the pick and roll.
Well, Chris, Clint Capella had a schedule in his development. You know, credit his tremendous work ethic. You see it, Chris, in his passing, his finishing, and certainly at the free throw line.
No, his second season, I mean, he shot below 38% at the line. I mean, among players with 150 or more attempts, that was the 5th worst percentage in NBA history. But he's made tremendous strides there, and that's freed him to be more aggressive offensively. Not worried about getting fouled.
We have a look at the Rockets organization, Chris. One of the best run teams people think in this league.
Oh, well, definitely. I mean, over a decade of winning basketball, they find ways to win, and they won't be satisfied till they win it all.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Clippers trail by 7. Los Angeles calls timeout.
And the 6'11" Clint Capella, just a phenomenal athlete. The mobility at that center spot is something really so crucial in today's game, where every team is looking to expose big men on the perimeter.
that we have a chance, let's go to the 2K leaderboard and reveal last season's top shot blockers. Second is Clint Capella.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Here's Harris. Nails the baby hook. Harris has got 9. And Capella grew up in Switzerland playing soccer, a striker. Part of why he's so quick on his feet.
I mean, reminiscent of another soccer-playing center in Rockets history, the great Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. Capella, you know, he's a long way from that, but anchoring a 60-win team at age 23, that's one heck of a start.
He's gone off the rails this quarter, and it's a bad time to do it. I mean, when they're needing to fight from behind.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
And it's crucial that Chris makes that shot. Big men like him are expected to possess an outside jumper nowadays.
Now here's Williams. Really struggled in the loss against Oklahoma City. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on James Harden.
You know, there are certain players who just seem to have a knack for putting the ball in the basket. Lou Williams is in that category.
And Lou Williams, not the biggest, not the most athletic, but Greggy finds ways to score.
Yeah, you know, whether he's creating space or creating contact, very few play that cat and mouse game better than Lou Williams.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. And the dunk is always the king of the highlight reel. We know it comes easy if you're 6'10" or bigger. But, Chris, there are little guys who can get up there and slam it down hard, too.
Well, I tell you what, Westbrook absolutely scares me when he dunks the ball because Westbrook thinks he's 7 foot tall and tries to dunk like it every time. So I love watching him attack the rim. How about Dennis Smith Jr.? His miss in the dunk contest last year was one of the most exciting dunks I've seen in a long time.
It was.
Eric Bledsoe, Terry Rozier. I mean, these guys, they attack the rim fearlessly, and they're going to posterize you if you're a big fella and sleeping on their hops.
It's tipped. Now here is Harris. 17 points for him last game against Oklahoma City. Harden against Williams. Free throw line jump shot. Harden can't hit. Clippers trail by 6. Here's the break. Here's Gortat. The shot misses. Anthony with the defensive effort. Paul passes to Capella. 17-foot shot on the way. The shot by Anthony, no good.
He's been off target for the most part, but it hasn't held them back as a unit.
Harris kicks to Beverly. Gallinari against Gordon. 6 to shoot. There's a screen by Gortat. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Beverly for 3. That shot no good. So Houston will take it the other way. Kicks it out to Harden. And it's off from 3-point range. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Gallinari against Gordon. Now, here is Gallinari. Not a lot of room. Harris outside. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Eric Gordon, the 2017 Sixth Man of the Year award winner. I mean, he has found a home and just been tremendously productive with the Rockets.
For Houston, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
First one falls for him. And Gordon, also the winner of the 2017 three-point shootout. His long-range proficiency, a great fit on the Rockets.
You know, he's got that low set shot release, but And he gets it off with great volume and one of the more prolific three-point shooters in our league.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Marjanovic checked in for Gortat. Harrell comes in for Gallinari. And Bradley subbed in for Lou Williams.
He's a top-tier shooter. Gordon, he's a former Six-Man of the Year winner who plays his role to perfection.
And Beverly kicks to Harrell. Marjanovic.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. On the wing, Eric Gordon, guarded by Bradley. Back to Green. Houston needs to get a shot from the arc. That shot off. Bradley with some nice D. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Now just a 4-point Rocket lead. Bradley against Gordon. Nene, the screen. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. Good on the triple. Paul's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Pass to Harris. Over Green. Green with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
The shot by Nene. No good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Does well to burrow his way into the post, but loses his touch on the finish.
Bobbed up there for Green and stolen by Harris. Knocks it loose. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Gordon. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between three-pointers and two-pointers tonight for the Clippers.
And they've got really good balance here. I mean, the three ball hadn't been the strongest weapon today for them, but I'd say keep the dose just about the same. Don't change the recipe. When you've got that open shot, you got to take it.
Free throw good from Gordon.
Well, one thing that sold Eric Gordon on joining the Rockets was the strength of their training staff. Ariza told him, you feel 10 years younger here. Well, he certainly looks healthy and rejuvenated.
Scotty's checked in for the Clippers. Brandon Knight's checked in for the Rockets. So he gets them both. And Gordon had battled injuries in New Orleans, as the entire team had, really. But as you said, Chris, it's been a different story for him with the Rockets.
Oh, yeah, and we're seeing his finishing return to levels not seen since his years with the Clippers. I mean, from his first step to his bounce inside, I mean, his athleticism, he's made a comeback.
And so it's Houston with it after the Clippers pick up 2. Nene, the screen. Tucker dishes to Gordon. Shot clock at 6. Nene, the screen. The Rockets again can't hit.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that when he gets the separation he needs. I know he would love to have that one back.
The Clippers in the past few seasons, Greg, have completely overhauled their roster. They are making some serious changes here.
Practically nobody from the team 2 years ago is still with the franchise. It was a complete teardown, and they felt they needed to hit the reboot button. Jerry West knows what he's doing, though, and he's done this before with great success.
The first one falls. And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
You got to give the Rockets credit. I mean, other teams may have looked at the Warriors and threw up their hands, but not the Rockets. Houston tried to put pieces around Harden to contend for a title.
And we've seen Harden recruiting players to Houston, Chris, helped attract another star and all those complementary players.
I mean, he gives assists to the organization. He's a star and a pitchman. I mean, that's what you have to do at this point. Team up and load up if you want to win it all.
First one falls for him.
You just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
Both free throws good from Green.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
54 seconds left in the first quarter. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And that has been a huge problem for them here early in this game.
Williams is checked in for the Clippers. Last outing for the Rockets, it was a loss to the Lakers.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that?
Almost beyond belief, Greg. I mean, even on a bad night, you think they'd at least be competitive.
Here's Williams. The Rockets making the shot. Puts up a three. The shot, no good. Great tee that time from Green. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Over Williams. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And now it's a 12-point Rocket lead. The Clippers shooting just 35% to start the game. There's the triple. Green with the block. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Rockets ahead, ending the first quarter with a big 11-3 run. We've got more in store for you right after this. Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about their key to winning.
It's all about not making mistakes, getting rebounds, and getting good stuff to really push the pace up. And I think when we do that, we always are at our best.
And, Greg, nowadays it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heels.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And, guys, we've seen the Rockets really take control here.
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, aggressive on D, efficient on offense. They bought out to an early lead.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. They've got Brandon Knight. P.J. Tucker is out there with Ennis. Then there's Nene. And it's Green in at the 2 spot. Rockets leading by 14. Nene, the pass to Green. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Green's got 8.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
Well, they continue to extend the lead. Terrific play on both ends of the court.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Nene kicks to Green. Nene with the screen on Williams. Green, no luck. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Green with the block, and he's able to get it back, and they're able to recover. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Knight passes to Nene. Back to Knight. Nene with the screen on Beverly. Down low. And Nene slams it in.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Marjanovic just screen on Green. Right wing. Beverly wide open. No good on the 3. Rockets leading by 13. Launches a 3. He can't get that one. Now Marjanovic. Last game he had 13. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, the Clippers have hit the reset button, and you wonder how that affects their head coach, Doc Rivers. Now, he seemed reluctant to lead a rebuild with the Celtics, but he's on board doing it with the Clippers. Even though the Clippers relieved him of his title of president of basketball operations in 2017, Rivers has just signed a new extension that will keep him coaching the team for the next few years. Kevin?
Well, if nothing else, DA, he has guided them through some pretty dark hours. Thank you. P.J. Tucker C-Webb was an undersized power forward at the University of Texas. He made a pretty effective transition to small forward in the pros.
I mean, the way the game is going now, he's able to slide back to that power forward position as well. The strength to hold his ground. I mean, a good enough shooter to space the floor for his teammates.
Checked in for Marjanovic. And a switch here also for Houston. Chris is checked in. Here's Beverly. Los Angeles with another miss. Rockets leading by 15. That's tipped. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Gallinari wide open. Releases from the wing and drills it. Gallinari's got his second basket of the night.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Taken away by Williams. From the high post. And Harrell slams it in.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Now here's Ennis. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Knocked loose. Williams for three. Chris with the rebound.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Offensive rebound. Back tonight. There's the three. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Harrell's got 3 rebounds now in this one. To the inside. The Clippers getting another chance here. Williams, no good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Houston leading by 11. Knight with it. Now guarded by Harrell. Knight wide open. Gets an open look and hits. Williams with the ball. He's got 5. And Scott now, top of the key, back to Williams. Outside, Scott. Harrell setting the pick for Gallinari. And again, it's the Clippers missing. For Houston, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Harrell's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Outside, Williams. The feed now to Harrell from outside the arc. That shot off, and the Rockets take it the other way. At one point, they led by 16. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Gortat has come in for Harrell, and Bradley's subbed in for Williams. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Anthony comes in for Ennis. James Harden, he's checked in for Green. And Paul's subbed in for Brandon Knight.
Well, in overtime, Beverly has established himself as just a defensive specialist, juggernaut, an absolute pest who plays his tail off on both ends of the floor.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And Patrick Beverley last season excited for a bigger role on the Clippers, but knee surgery wiped out his season.
Yeah, and he's in the final year of his contract, Kevin. A lot at stake as he hopes to earn a significant raise from a salary that's been one of the league's best bargains.
And the Clippers making a change here. Harris has checked in.
And throughout his career, Beverley has remained a pest, an aggressive defender that no one likes having him guard.
High post, Gortat. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
That one goes. Count it. Paul's got 5 points so far.
His in-between game, deadly. It's a major surprise when Paul doesn't knock that shot down.
There's a screen by Gortat. Over in the corner, Beverley. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
Here's Anthony. Rebound by the Clippers. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Gortat with a screen on Anthony. Here's Gallinari. And the rejection by Harden. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
And now a look at James Harden, coming off a terrific season. Last season put up about 30 points a game, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every symphony needs a conductor. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet moves.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let him have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
Gallinari with the steal. There's Beverley. Second shot opportunity. Goes up again. It's deflected.
Look, it hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm. And if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
And it's good. 2 points.
Just a gorgeous-looking J from Harden, really sticking it to the rim.
Here's Beverley. James Harden picking up that last basket. And Gallinari kicks to Beverley. Pass to Harris. 5 to shoot. There's a screen by Gortat. Gallinari inside the three-point line.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Paul, it's blocked.
And Beverley just goes all out on defense, which is what allows him to come up with these rejections.
Shoots a fader. Gortat misses. Houston leading by 12. Here's Paul. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Marcin Gortat.
You know, when Chris Paul came to the Rockets, a lot of people questioned if he and James Harden would be able to share the ball. Both known for being ball-dominant guards, I think you'd have to say it's worked out pretty well.
And that one falls for Paul. And I think Chris Paul never comfortable with that ball-dominant label, Greg. He'd never played with another guard who could create, certainly on the level of Harden.
No doubt about it. I mean, Mo Pete, J.J. Redick, guys who were great shooters, but really more off-the-ball players. Chris needed to be that kind of a playmaker, but with Harden, he has someone just as gifted at creating baskets for himself and others.
There's a screen by Gortat. Down low, it's stolen by Capella, and it's the Rockets on the break. The Rockets with another miss.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision-making, though. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking.
Here's Anthony. That's good from 17 feet away. Anthony's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot, and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Ball's knocked loose. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, Houston, 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Gallinari.
And after that solid opening quarter, you can see now he is definitely starting to cool off.
No three-pointers for him in the second quarter yet, but he did have one in the first.
And Los Angeles guys shooting a pretty pitiful 25% in this game. Offensively, they can't get anything going. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Give the loose D an assist on that one. Get a body on him.
They get it again. Gortat with the block.
Oh, that's just the long wingspan of Gortat. I mean, it's highly effective, especially how he swats away shots.
Snatched up. Bradley. Good D by Harden.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jumper.
Paul outside. Over Beverly. The Clippers grab the miss.
You got to give the D credit there. It affected him. He didn't have much room to get the shot off.
Rockets leading by 14. All up top, defended by Beverly. With the fadeaway. That one off the back iron and out.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, the scoring, I mean, it's not coming easy for him. You have to get into a little rhythm, but that's when you can make the extra pass. Play the role of the facilitator.
Now here's Paul. He has 7. Over Beverly. Paul can't get that one to fall.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team relies on him to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense. He's got 6 points from beyond the arc in this quarter. I mean, for the game, he's got 9 points from deep.
And here's Harden. After Tobias Harris getting his shot to go from deep. Beverly the pass to Harris. A 3 from Bradley. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Oh, great ball movement there.
They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
But let's see how they play the clock.
There's the screen. Here's Harden, and it's blocked by Bradley. Harris outside. Beverly up top. Gortat with the screen on Paul. With the teardrop, and Gortat with the stuff.
Wonderful move by Pat Beverly, a true talent at executing the pick and roll perfectly.
Inside, and the dunk by Capella.
And you can sense them just starting to squeeze and shrink this lead a little bit.
9 seconds left now here in the second. And Beverly kicks to Harris. Over Anthony. And so it's Houston in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Carmelo, you got some real numbers off the bench in the first half. How important is that contribution to the team?
Well, I mean, we always believe that we have one of the better benches in the NBA, and when they come to play like we're playing so far, you know, it makes it a tough game, it makes it a tough team to beat, and you know, just hoping we can keep that up.
I'm sure it puts confidence in you and in the coach going into the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. 1 half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 10 points, 2 assists, and 1 block. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
You know what, Ernie, I got to stand up on this one. I salute to their bench. Man, once the starters came out, man, the others just came to life. You got to love seeing that kind of contribution come from the others. Man, they look beautiful tonight.
Kenny, what's your take on the Clippers?
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
The view from high above downtown Los Angeles, where we are returning to action here at the Staples Center. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. We've seen a tremendous game from Harris.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, right. I mean, the defense hasn't had an answer for this guy yet. Just too skilled, too driven this far.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. NBA offenses have always been complex, and they always are evolving, but C-Web, the movement and precision now seems to be at another level. Would you agree?
You know what, Kev, I disagree a little bit with that. You know, having played in different teams with some complex offenses, it's still all the basics. You still have the old flex offense, and that's nothing but what Utah, Karl Malone and John Stockton used some 20 years ago. You still have triangle principles, which is what Jordan and Pippen used some 20, 25 years ago. If you really want to go back to the Bob Cousy days when he played with Bill Russell, you still have a lot of throwing it into the post and cutting off of it. I think the players have evolved and the players' skill sets are better, but as far as offensive sets, I don't see that much has changed, except how do you execute them, and can you execute them with having the right position players with the correct skill set on the floor at the time that you're calling the play.
I love your honest appraisal. Harris and Gortat are up front. Williams and Gallinari out on the perimeter. And it's Beverly in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Williams kicks to Gortat. Picked by Williams. From past the arc. Rebounded by Anthony. Anthony's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Paul. He drains the quick shot. Paul's got 9.
You got to appreciate how assured Paul is. He takes pride in torching the D on the catch and shoot.
Harris a screen. To the paint. The kick out to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. He has 7.
And Beverly has wonderful moves and has a great stroke from downtown. Gotta love how he rises up with plenty of confidence.
Anthony sets the pick for Harden. And there's the pass to Anthony. Back to Harden. Over Williams. And the basket by Harden. And the Rockets lead by 7.
Well, he's given himself a chance. 6 shots he's gotten up this quarter, but only able to convert on 1 of them.
Outside Williams. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Capella.
And they continue to control the glass.
He lobs it up. And another steal for him. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
Williams trying to break free, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Look, I just like how Gortat is using his size inside. He has a wonderful touch on these interior shots.
Here's Paul. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
I mean, you look at Chris Paul, he didn't play in the last 2 All-Star games, but he's a top 15 player in this league.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
Free throw dropped for Paul. And Chris Paul, All-NBA first or second team just about every single season. And perennial first-team All-Defense.
Well, get this. Only 3 point guards in league history have averaged 18 points, 10 assists, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals for an entire season. Russell Westbrook, he did it once. Isaiah twice. And Chris Paul 5 times. Well, he's not making any mistakes up there today. Another solid trip to the line for him.
There's a screen by Williams. Here's Gallinari. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. The Clippers have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
That free throw good from Gallinari. Gallinari hits them both.
His free throw ability makes him tough to defend in the post. Teams can't get too physical with him.
Paul against Beverly. Paul passes to Nene. Harden up top. 12 points for him. Over Williams. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Clippers making a switch here. Bradley's checked in. Gerald Green, he's checked in for the Rockets. Harden hits them both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Bradley dishes to Williams. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Back to Nene. They set the pick. For the 3. Harden can't hit. Clippers trail by 7. It's Williams with the drive. Second chance shot. And Marjanovic with the layup. Marjanovic has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Look, he doesn't waste time. Once he gets the rebound, he does what he should. Goes right back up.
And some nice passing there by Houston. The shot by Nene. No good. Outside Bradley. And there's the call on Nene. That's foul number 2 for him. Scotty's checked in for the Clippers. And a switch here also for Houston. Ennis, he's checked in for James Harden. Scott kicks to Williams. And there's the call on James Ennis. That's his first foul. Pass to Marjanovic. Stolen by Tucker.
Intelligent defense. He reads the play. Gets himself in the perfect position to come up with the steal.
Nene, the pass to Tucker. Nene with the screen on Scott. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Houston. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz. And then on Friday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for that matchup against the Nets, they have that date circled. They love to compete, and they feel they can play very well against that group if they can execute.
He misses the free throw. He hits the second from the line.
And you think about Mike D'Antoni, the modern-day godfather with pace and space. We saw this with his teams back in Phoenix, Houston. Actually, middle of the pack in pace and play. But they certainly look to space the floor, though, shooting more threes than twos.
Off the pick. Count that bucket. Williams has got 7 points.
And not his quarter, scoring-wise. Just 1 of 7 from the...
And talk about Houston slowing down a bit from D'Antoni's usual run-and-gun style.
Oh, yeah, they want to get Harden, one of the best shooters and passers in the game, in a mismatch, and let him pick his man apart. D'Antoni showing more flexibility with his system than perhaps you give him credit for.
Marjanovic, no good.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those 2 things that he possessed.
Kicks it out to Bradley. And the 3-ball is good. He's got 8.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Pass to Tucker. Nene, the screen. Tucker, the pass to Nene. No good on that one. Nice D from Scott.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
He's done almost no damage from 3-point range in this game. No threes in this half, and only 1 in the first.
And here's Bradley. He's got 8. Kicks it to Williams. Over Paul. Williams can't hit. Houston's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Clippers are going in a new direction. Now, Coach Doc Rivers said, we had a shot. I don't think anybody understands how hard it is to win a title. Until you do that, you're going to be frustrated a lot and have to make tough decisions. Kevin?
Well, they're trying to make the right decisions to rebuild better than before, D.A. Thanks. Bradley kicks to Williams. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Williams has got 5 points in the quarter.
That matches his 3-point total from the first half. He had 1 in the first, now he's got 1 in the second.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And P.J. Tucker, Greg, a rugged physical defender at the forward.
And here's the guy, 2nd-round pick, back at 06. Spent 5 seasons playing abroad before making his return to the association. Now he's a seasoned veteran and not shy about holding his teammates accountable, especially defensively.
Gordon's checked in for Ennis. To the middle, here's Green, and Green slams it in.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screen play. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Yeah, guys, and his teammates love it. Got to get him a few big pats on the back.
Now Gordon, following the 3-point attempt by Lou Williams. Gordon against Bradley. Nene, the screen. Over in the corner, Paul. Offensive rebound. And the rejection by Marjanovic. And he recovers it. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Anthony.
Well, they're going to have to look elsewhere for points because he has pulled a Houdini and completely disappeared from the offense in this one. Just no production from him, and nothing seems to be in rhythm for him right now. It's just not his night.
That free throw, no good. Nene is out of Brazil, a quality player for whom injuries have always been a constraining factor.
Yeah, and that's one reason you like him in that reserve role, controlling his minutes, keeping him fresh, because he's a difference maker on the floor at both ends.
And he sinks the second. Clippers trail by 4. Bradley passes to Williams. Paul with the steal, and it's the Rockets on the break. Paul with the ball, and Green slams it in.
I've seen Paul make about 1 million of those passes over his career and never gets old.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hat. Now here's Marjanovic. He's got 7. Williams can't get it to go.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
It's deflected. Outside Bradley. Harrell setting the pick for Bradley. Williams for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Williams has got 8 points here in this quarter.
And the three-pointers is becoming a weapon for him now. You can see it. I mean, this is the second of this half, 3rd overall.
Here's Paul. That one doesn't drop. Good D by Williams. But Clippers trail. Knocked away. Gordon for 3. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And it's 7 points for Eric Gordon.
Well, yeah, the touch, the timing. You got to know how Gordon is a threat to shoot off the pass.
And the Clippers call time here.
When you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately is really unbelievable.
Man, this is a joke. Right? I mean, there's been some glimpses of hope, but they've been few and far between.
Tobias Harris is checked in for Harrell. And a switch here also for Houston. Anthony's checked in. Clippers trail by 6. Outside Williams. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Gortat's checked in for Marjanovic. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. The Rockets also changing it up. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. And it's Marquise Chris in for Green. Gortat with a screen on Gordon. Here's Bradley. Los Angeles with another miss.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Screen by Capella. Here's Gordon. Unable to get that one. And the Clippers will come the other way. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him.
But you got to respect how much Harris hustles out there. He earns every rebound he gets.
Now here's Paul. 11 points in the game. Takes the 13-footer. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Harris has got his 6th rebound on the night. Baseline jumper. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got his 16th rebound on the night. Here's Gordon. 7 points in the game. Passes it to Chris. The 3 from Anthony. Connects from 3-point range. Anthony's got 10 points.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
And Beverly kicks to Harris. The Clippers have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
At the line for your Clippers, Tobias Harris, taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Oh, wow. And Harris is a guy that really offers a ton of versatility. He can play both forward spots and is an efficient scorer from just about anywhere.
The Rockets making a switch here. Harden's checked in. And Harris drops them both.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Inside, it's tipped. Out of bounds, Houston takes possession. The 2K leaderboard provides us now with this list of last season's assist leaders. James Harden, 3rd.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
Screen by Capella. Harden off the screen. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. He's got 16.
Oh, really? I mean, you don't want to leave Harden alone off the screen. He is fantastic at pouncing in open space.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. So it's the Rockets now after the basket by Los Angeles. They get the rebound. Gordon. Ball's knocked loose. Clippers trail by 5. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Bradley picks up the loose ball, but he was in the backcourt. They'll give it up.
Danilo Gallinari.
15 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Stolen by Beverly. To the paint. Here's Harris. Off on the layup. The 3rd quarter comes to a close. Rockets lead by 5. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. 4th quarter should be good. Rockets leading by 5, and so in the game for the Rockets. Harden and Gordon, the guard tandem. Chris is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Anthony in at the small forward. Here's Beverly. Harris outside. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Tobias Harris in his 8th season in the NBA and still just 26 years old.
Yeah, I mean, 1 season at Tennessee, and he has slowly but steadily improved each year. And, you know, he's gotten stronger, more consistent with his long-range shooting, and he's found his calling as one of those prototype small ball fours.
That's good from Harris. And Harris drops them both. Houston leading by 5. Harden outside. To the inside. And the dunk by Capella.
Well, when you draw this much attention from the D, you know someone's bound to be left open. And Harden finds it.
Beverly, the pass to Gortat. They set the pick. He dishes it to Gallinari. Misses the 3.
He finds a major hole in the D beyond the arc. They still can't cash in on it.
Feeds to Harden. Lets it go from the wing. Gallinari with the rebound.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation of coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Gordon dishes to Anthony. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Rockets lead by 9.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Harris's shot is off. Rockets have gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Capella sets a screen for Gordon. There's a screen by Chris. Clock at 4. Gordon kicks to Anthony. Gallinari with the steal. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Gortat misses. Rockets leading by 9. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Eric Gordon. And that's 18 points for James Harden. Harden against Beverly. Gortat with a screen on Harden. Here's Beverly. And that one hits back iron. Rockets have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. Chris pass to Capella. Harden against Beverly, and he lays it straight in. 20 points for James Harden.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
That's a good break. It's tough to connect on those long-distance passes.
We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Stolen by Harden. The Rockets another fast break opportunity here. Gordon with no one around. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 4 assists now tonight. There's a screen by Gortat. Gortat with the screen for Harris. Tries to snap the cold streak, and that's good for 2. Harris has got 4 this quarter.
Oh, man, it's not easy to slow down Harris when he gets on the roll. I mean, he has the ability to light it up from pretty much any spot.
Anthony down low. Gallinari covering. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Clippers trail by 14. And here's Bradley from 3. Good on the 3-point shot.
He doesn't need invitation. Bradley's going to pull up and pull the trigger anytime the shot's there for him.
Harden against Beverly. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And Marcin Gortat, the Polish Hammer, in the final year of a 5-year, $60 million deal. Greg, he's been worth every penny.
He has, but he turns 35 this season. He'll be motivated to earn that next contract, but now on the downslope. We may see his role evolve over the next few years.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good, James Harden. Harden hits them both. Clippers trail by 13. There's a screen by Gortat. Harris outside. Back to Beverly. Stolen by Harden. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Here's Gordon, rejected by Harris.
And Harris just using that long reach of his so well on defense. Shooters have to be more careful or he'll rise up and swat your shot away. Gordon.
Here's Harden. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. It's rebounded by Houston. Chris has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And it's Capella missing. The Clippers have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far.
Did a lot of damage from three-point range in the first half, but so far in the second, he hasn't done a thing.
A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. Then on Friday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Houston Rockets.
And for that matchup with the Wizards, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
And the first one counts. Compared to when you were playing C-Web, how have the baseline skill requirements for the 4s and the 5s, the power forwards and the centers, changed, do you think, the most?
The ability to stretch the floor. It's a lot more emphasis on the mobility, especially at the defensive end. And I don't think you can have a player who is a specialist anymore in the game. I've played with some great defenders, Ben Wallace, the Davis boys there in Indiana, but those positions are no longer valued or needed anymore. You can no longer be a defensive player that can't score on the other end. You have to be a player in the NBA now with the total skill set. That means mobility, shooting, dribble, passing. All of those things have to be encompassed, or there's a way to make sure to highlight you with the mismatch and take you out of the game.
Good documentation. I like that. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Gortat.
Yeah, couldn't quite hang on to it. They're not in a position now where they can afford to be giving it away like that.
Harden against Williams. And some nice passing there by Houston. Capella kicks to Anthony. Puts it up from 15. And Houston again with the bucket.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Clippers trail by 18. There's the pass to Harris. The kick out to Williams. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Williams has got 10 points here in the second half. Rockets have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
LA's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. There's a screen by Gortat. Harris outside. Shoots the 3. Drains the three-pointer. Harris has got 7 points here in this quarter.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
They set the screen. Paul. The shot missing. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Clippers trail by 15. To the middle. Here's Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
When we get a look at what Harris is capable of, when he gets aggressive and attacks the rim, incredible.
Harden the pass to Chris. It's deflected. Gallinari with the steal. On up the court. And that one's good. Beverly.
Oh, he gets in a good position in the post, and the entry feed is there for him.
Rockets leading by 11. Anthony sets the pick for Paul. hits the three-point bomb.
His jump shot has always been pretty lethal. I mean, great effort on D there, but Paul still gets it away clean.
There's a screen by Gortat. Harris kicks to Gallinari. Outside Williams. Harris setting the pick for Williams. And another three for the Clippers.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
And I love it, Greg. Both sides inflicting damage from the perimeter. We'll see how the defenses adjust, though.
Anthony can't hit.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation of Coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
And now, here's Chris. Following the missed shot by Tobias Harris. Paul dishes to Harden. Pocket 6. Tries again. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
That's his 4th personal foul. At the line of the Nuggets, James Harden taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Harden hits them both.
He's taken an aggressive approach since halftime, drawing fouls, getting to the line, forcing the D in the bad spots.
There's a screen by Gortat. Paul against Beverly. Can't connect from short range.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Yeah, but you have to control the pace. You have to keep it up, keep the tempo. That's how they built this lead.
Now here is Harris. Rockets with the rebound. Chris has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Capella. Gortat with the block. Beverly against Paul. Beverly the pass to Williams. Launches it. They get it back. Harris kicks to Beverly. Gortat trying to break loose. They shoot again. Chris with the rebound. Chris has got his 7th rebound here tonight. There's a screen by Chris. Paul passes to Capella. That one doesn't go. Gortat with the defensive effort. Clippers trail by 15. Pass to Gallinari. Looking for Beverly. He gets it there. And he gets it to go.
And Kevin, when Beverly gets these shots inside, he's just remarkably efficient. He just has tremendous touch on these shots.
Williams against Harden. It's good. Harden's got 28.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
And you see he's not worried about what's on the scoreboard. He just wants to go ham each possession.
And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the 4th. Here's Gortat. That's short off the rim.
Off target with what's a pretty good look from mid-range.
Here's Anthony. The Clippers grab the miss.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage. And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Rockets.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
I think it paid off, that's for sure.
And so with this, they'll end up with their 2nd win on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for James Harden.
Well, he had a hand in just about everything they did tonight. I mean, he just didn't take a single possession off on either end. He was a complete package.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Gortat. Mike Scott comes in for Gallinari. Sindarius Thornwell's checked in for Williams. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Houston with a big group substitution here. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. P.J. Tucker comes in for Chris. Green, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Brandon Knight in for Paul. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Thornwell kicks to Scott. Stolen by Tucker.
Hey, help out Harden! Help out Harden!
Harden outside. So we see Houston taking the W here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I mean, I don't know. It was just our defense. Obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.